Hey, hey. Are we all excited? Hey, Rick Queen. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Did everybody get their Sparta rewards? I am rich. I love when I get the Sparta rewards. Oh, feels good, man. Anybody else get some good Sparta rewards from the season 25 ladder? Oh god, we got beams of Kanua. The minus cost and plus train time points. Yuck. And we got Hood of Wayland. Not that good. Yeah, let me share the screen. There we go, there we go. We got these things. Not good, not good. 1,000 Empire points. That's what we're talking about. Spearman and Axeman at 50% more health, train, and 25% less time. Damn. Yeah. We just posted. Anybody can join. This is why it's called the Community Challenge. This week we have some extremely good players, which doesn't happen always. Yeah, if you want to play some games on stream, like just sign up, react to the post, and we'll get you your games casted. That's right, we all cheer for Penguin here. Yep, that's what this community challenge is all about. You're challenging the pros. I remember one of my fondest memories of playing this game was a time that I got to face Zuda in a community challenge casted by the one and only I Am Prez Steve. That was a hoot. Got my ass handed to me by Zuda on Arabia. Great game. Remember it fondly. Carnage will be coming online very shortly. And then we can get this game started. These games started. So we're going to have Carnage versus Penguin. And then we're going to have... and I'll probably add... let me add this here. Carnage versus Penguin. And then we're going to have the one, the only Greeky versus Erie in the second map. And then we might have like a third game depending on what everybody's schedules is like. Probably going to be Greeky versus Carnage, but we'll see. Yeah. So following is free, but subscribing you have to pay. Subscribing gets you the fancy icon next to Ace's name and Break's name, but it also gets you access to some of the coolest emotes, like LogChamp. LogChamp. Get your LogChamp now. Subscribe to the channel. LogChamp is by far the best. We're not giving Penguin a handicap. Don't disrespect my boy Penguin like that. Jeez. Because then you don't feel good when you win, right? If you win and you had a handicap, jeez, that hurts you. Okay, Connors is here. All right, let's get this game underway. Let's do equal first then. Fine. Equal footing. Team 1, Team 2. Let's begin. We have a mirror game. You don't often see it. Oh, what's going on here? I think I need to change my... go, here we go. Oh, I think something messed up with the party here. So ignore that. Somehow I started. I have my own food and everything, but we have Break Penguin here in the top corner. I'm gonna have to do an excellent job casting somehow to know what they're training and when they're going to age 2 or whatever, because we're missing the overlay. So Break Penguin in red. Break Penguin in red. We gotta remember that. Standard opening, barracks. They're both Norse. Carnage decided to go for a stone mine. Recently the TC has been buffed, so the line of sight is longer. Their attack range is longer. Their pierce DPS is they have more pierce DPS. So I expect to see this more and more often from players. This greedy play, and Carnage is no stranger to greedy play. Getting up his house too, and in the meantime, Break Penguin is going to be Spearman rushing him. Break Penguin in red, guys. Remember. Crossing the map with his spearmen. Slowly but surely. He's going to try to put some pressure on Carnage, who has some determined amount of gold. I'm not sure how much gold, how much stone, but some amount of stone. Let's see. He's gathered almost 200 stone. It's Break Penguin versus Carnage. Unfortunately, we don't have the proper overlay somehow. We should get that fixed for the next one. This is a really good tip for beginner players. Yeah, it's a POV stream without any of the tool tips, so it's going to be very different casting. Bringing in more and more. Carnage doing some good damage, getting the spearman down to half health. But as I was saying, like something that you can do as a beginner player is, yeah, I don't know, Pharos. It's really bugged. But something you can do is like do some initial damage on the hunt with your scout. Oh, Carnage getting his actual second TC. Let's see. In the base of Penguin, he is gathering stone right now. He's being repelled, but he did some good damage. Knocked Carnage off his hunt. Knocked him off of his wood line. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Carnage still getting up his second town center around the 3.5 minute mark. Yeah, I probably should have restarted, but it is what it is now. Trying to do the last bit of chip damage onto these spearmen. The scout is scout does now 5 times versus huntable in the latest patch, trying to pick off 4 damage at a time to the spearman, and it probably will get it. These guys are mirroring each other. Carnage now has that double town center production. Break Penguin getting his forward town center to protect this gold. Something I will say is that you need a space between your TC and you need a proper space between your gold mine and your TC. Without that, your villagers won't gather as efficiently as possible. I like this from Carnage. He's putting up a nice, oh jeez, getting 2 outposts for lots and lots of production of wolves, or war dogs as they're called. Break Penguin getting up his second town center, going for his second barracks. Some more standard play. Where is he gathering food from? He's gathering food from back here in his hunt. He doesn't have any more spearmen other than this one spearman, so Carnage cleaned all of that up. And it's going to be making a large army of war dogs. War dogs do... War dogs do 5 damage, so not too much, but they are 9 speed, and they can keep up with pretty much any cav during this time of the game. Norse using their infantry to build the barracks, saving their villagers some time. Carnage crossing the map with some war dogs. There's some exposed villagers here on this TC, but they can easily be garrisoned. And Break Penguin is just pumping out some throwing axemen, which have also been recently buffed. Their throwing axemen champion are extremely good now. 40% ignore armor, 40% maximum range, and plus 20% attack. Yes. Here, yeah, we can do that, so you can at least see who's red and who's green, who's red and who's blue. The war dogs cleaning up this small, trying to do some damage, but they ran into the army of Break Penguin, and they're going to be here just to be a nuisance on this future forward hunt. Carnage back in his base, getting a guard tower. Interesting choice, and 2 barracks. So he sees that Break Penguin has a sizable army. 15 throwing axemen and some more spearmen back here, which isn't nothing. And Carnage has these 20 or so war dogs, which can easily be cleaned up by the main army. So getting a defensive guard tower isn't the worst idea, and 2 barracks are being popped down. Going to age 3 Carnages. Look at that. Break Penguin just continuing to make lots and lots of villagers, more houses, making sure he's not pop capped, and is crossing the map. I like this. But interesting, just as he gets to age 3, he decides to put down a forward fortress. Will Break Penguin see this? I think he does. This is excellent. Excellent by Break Penguin. So he's denying this fortress, denying this next gold. Because I don't... Oh, there is 1 gold down here for Carnage, but this would have been a really good fortress for a future... Yeah. Orla. I know, it's glitched. It's glitched. Break Penguin coming in at seemingly the perfect time, but we got Berserkers out here. Carnage going for Berserkers. And these 3 Berserkers are going to clean up everything if... Yeah, Break Penguin doesn't focus them down. What bosses? 30 damage with 2 area of effect damage. Gonna try to get up this fortress yet again. Break Penguin rallying some more troops over here, but I think with... Oh, and we got a raid here in the back. Just as I said, these war dogs got... they can do a lot of damage. Don't underestimate war dogs. I will say that. I think this is the last spot that Break Penguin is gathering food from. And after that, he'll need to He's going to the third age though, so that's good. But after that, he's going to need to either go on this hunt, which is now protected by these dogs. Ferocious, vicious dogs. Okay, I like this from Break Penguin. It's a mini surround. Oh, and this is it. Oh no, Carnage. Carnage, no, where are you going? Oh, there he is. I was gonna say. Really, with this size of a wolf pack, you can kill villagers pretty quickly. Even villagers, in this case with Loom, like they're falling pretty quickly if you don't pay attention. So, Break Penguin has vision around the map, so he knows where Carnage could be playing out of, but this army of Carnage, 12, 13, 14, 15 Berserkers, is just something that could easily take out this fortress, could easily just walk into the base of Break Penguin. He's spreading out his units really nicely. He's aware of these War Dog, very much aware of these War Dog raids, so is making sure not to leave any of his villagers undefended. But oh, this fortress just not out in time, and he's got to either cancel that or run back. There's no way you can fight this army from Carnage here. Neither player has any armory upgrades, but this snare by the War Dogs are just going to take out all of these units in the end. And I like this from Break Penguin. He's breaking off to make sure that at least some portion of his army can survive. I see no Throwing Axeman champion yet, despite having so many Throwing Axemen. I'm not sure if he has the gold. I think he does, because on my screen it looks like he has 300 gold, but I could be wrong. Another raid here on the bottom from Break Penguin. Good stuff, but Carnage is no slouch. He already has his two Beast Berserkers here, who like one-shot these spearmen. Is it even fair? It's a sizable 48 Throwing Axeman. And he's getting Throwing Axeman champion. So I'm assuming he's going to wait for that upgrade to kick in. Going to try to put pressure on Carnage then. There's 26 Berserkers in this army. And now we understand why he needed to build a forward fortress to protect that gold mine. And, as I mentioned, the markets down here. Really good markets from Carnage, who even built his third town center in the most optimal spot. Let's see who wins then. 26 Berserkers and some War Dogs versus the 53 Throwing Axeman, soon to be Throwing Axeman champion. Slouch. Okay. I thought this was a raid, but there's a raid coming here. He gets some vision, sees that there's a market line. I don't think Break Penguin has any. He's just getting up some armories right now. Most important upgrade for Throwing Axeman army is definitely going to be Temper. Throwing Axemen only do 7.8 base DPS, and a 20% boost to that is absolutely huge. We'll see if Carnage spots this, because it's a very cheeky berries pull. Break on the one storehouse. Hurts me to see it. He does see that Carnage now has 35 Berserkers. This is like a PvE game. Like, You know, you mass up berserkers, you get your market line going. One thing when you do have a lot of throwing axemen that you need to do is you need to leave yourself space to kite. So staying out in the middle of this map is probably the best thing, especially with the size of this army that Break Penguin can do, so that he can just continuously go back and forth. Oh. Ooh, wow, look at all that damage. That's a lot of damage. These throwing axemen could really... I didn't see that coming. I think he got... No, he didn't even get the first upgrade. But this is a lot of throwing axemen. Half this army is injured in some form or another. And he's pushing into the base. This could work. I think Carnage is going to go for a nice surround. Break Penguin's killing a ton of villagers. Really good stuff. Carnage trying to go for the surround. Really smart. You need to get that area of effect damage going. And Break might seriously just get this TC. This is great play from Break. And here comes the surround. He needs to be aware of this. He needs to pay attention. Nice. And keep kiting. Keep kiting. Oh, Carnage. No. Break, you gotta keep kiting. Throwing axemen, guys, can't just be, am I talking mad poop? He just took on 36 berserkers with armory upgrades. Now, Penguin does have his own armory upgrades, so they're even on that, but this throwing axemen count, 56. Taking out these houses, putting pressure economically into the base of Penguin. Another group of throwing axemen coming in. Somehow this wasn't discovered. And I don't think, let's see here, what is he making? He's making Berserker Champion, so he did get to the 4th age. I'm not sure how much gold he has, unfortunately. Let's see here. He might have been getting another armory upgrade, but this is insane damage. He's taking on like 4, 5, 6, 7 houses now. And Carnage is trying to build a town center right in the line of fire of all of these throwing axemen. Carnage is going to give it another shot. But Break on this side of the map is now pushing into the very, very important caravan line of Carnage. That's why I call Berserkers a trap. They're 120 gold versus like the 20 gold here of throwing axemen. Break Penguin now has all of the Age 3 armory upgrades versus Carnage only has Age 2 armory upgrades, but he has Berserker Champions for what it's worth. So he's going to use the full might of this army, leaving his base to be decimated, and he's going to try to clean up this force and build up another market line, I'm assuming. Ooh, this is a perfect position for Carnage. Yeah. Berserker Champions with charge. Easily clean this up. They have their 4 regen, but in the base of Carnage, I don't think this is damage that he can come back from. And yeah, looks like Break Penguin is doing a great job macroing behind this. He's still able to produce another 45 throwing axemen. He's going to group up with this 30 throwing axemen ball and do dirty things. Let's check. How many TCs does he have? He has 3 TCs. He's not age 4 yet. He is not age 4, but I don't think that's an issue. I think Carnage has no gold right now. I think, question mark. I think this might be his only gold, and it just ran out. He has no houses, right? Like, he just built all these houses here. And this is his army. 24 Berserker Champions, which are going to get decimated by this Axeman Champion Ball. Certain, this is still throwable. I would agree, but this is a good army. I don't know how Zerton's going to come back into this game without some bowmen. Carnage just created his marking line recently again, and Break Penguin knows how expensive Berserkers are, and he's just throwing a couple throwing axemen here just to be a nuisance. And yeah, this is what Carnage needs to do. These Berserkers can destroy the entire economy of Break Penguin if he isn't careful. And just pushing into the base is probably the best thing. Yeah. And Break Penguin's running back. There are 36 Berserker Champion, 36 damage apiece versus the 76 throwing axemen. Incredible. Break Penguin's trying to get up a fortress here on this side. Carnage is making up another market line, but this will easily be found out by Break Penguin, who's doing a fantastic job splitting his army. Well done, Break Penguin. Carnage, I don't think he can take this engagement because I don't think he can remass. It doesn't seem like he has anywhere near enough gold, and Break Penguin has units on both sides of the map to make sure that no caravan lines are going to be coming. And here we go, pushing into the base, the main base of Carnage. Penguin is. Will this be the death push? Will Carnage just garrisoning all his units in, trying to go for another surround? But splitting up his units is... Oh. Break Penguin. I'm scratching my head because he's being extremely cautious, which isn't a bad thing. As Zerton said, it's still throwable, but Break Penguin should know the position that he's put him in. He should have the confidence. Well, eventually he will, get the confidence, but this is a bad engagement, I think, for Break Penguin. Getting sandwiched on both sides, but as the A side, like, you take this trade every day of the week, and he does manage to get out of here. Break Penguin going to the Golden Age, but gets out of there with 67 throwing axemen, and yeah, there's no way that Carnage can remass that army. No gold. Excellent game. Excellent game. Okay, we're gonna switch this. Need to restart. All right, let me just restart my game because I think something was going amiss. So well done by Break Penguin. Yeah, Berserkers are, they really are a trap. Like, they're good, don't get me wrong, but not in those numbers. Like, you can't go completely Berserkers. If you use Berserkers as sort of like how you use elephants, where you can throw them into the base and really just shake up part of somebody's base, then, like, yeah, that's a good strategy. But I'm glad that that break got to take that. Carnage is going to take a... Carnage will be back in a second, and then we'll get the second game started.
Lots to do. Make it happen.
Make it happen. I still am in awe of Break Penguin's ability. He split up his units really well. Obviously, the micro wasn't necessarily the best. With throwing axe, you do need to kite. Kind of handicap. Yeah, exactly. Like if Break Penguin hadn't or had the handicap, this game wouldn't have been earned, right? That's true. But still, I think it's still Carnage, right? It's still Troller, so. I enjoy. It's the first community challenge that I've casted, and it's like this is going full circle. Community challenge is the reason why I started getting into the whole Age of Empires thing really seriously. Some of my fondest memories of this game or having my games cast on the community challenge. So. So it's awesome to be doing this. Okay. Okay, hopefully it won't be glitched this time. Okay, we're going on Treasure Island. Let's go. What? Why can't I start it? Oh. Here we go. Break Penguin versus Carnage. Carnage always accepts these invites late. There we go. Alright, switch to this scene. Let's hope there's no glitch. There we go. Break Penguin versus Carnage. And Break Penguin is up 1-0. Okay. This is the second game between these two players. Break Penguin in the bottom corner of the map and Carnage in the top. Standard hunt opening. Actually, Carnage going for that same sort of, seemingly same sort of opening greedy build where you get a storehouse on wood and a storehouse on the hunt. Actually, looks like he got the storehouse on the wood before the storehouse on the hunt, so I expect some fishing boats out from him fairly early on. Break Penguin is going to try his best to deny that. Gathering some wood now, and I know he has 200 wood. Look at that. So he should be putting down a barracks anytime soon. Excellent. Carnage has 200 wood now, and he's going to be sending this villager all the way down to the coastline. And the camera options. Should be placing down his, yep, there we go. Let's see what Break can do. Will he be able to deny this dock? Just scouting out the base of Carnage. Carnage perfectly fine to have these 6 villagers gather food, wood for him. Going to be going on the water with his fishing boat. Breakfast Penguin sending out his first spearman out, trying to defend this hunt. Super smart by Carnage. He sees this, and he's just going to annoy the heck out of this spearman. Making 2 more fishing boats, or making 2 fishing boats in total. When will he feel pressured to put down a barracks of his own? Find out next time. Still being annoying. And Break Penguin isn't making any more spearmen, so he's comfortable. He might have spotted, and I think he did spot these docks, so he's comfortable saying, okay, I am not going to make any more spearmen. Yeah, Penguin won. Great game, great game. You gotta go back and watch it. Throwing axemen are really good, apparently. Who would have thought? So, Break Penguin in his base, realizing he needs to, if Carnage is going to go on the water, then he needs some sort of economic advantage as well. So he's gathering stone. These villagers are doing just the best job, top notch. You know, they're showing their wizardry at gathering food, or gathering wood properly. Carnage is doing a much better job of managing his economy. By the time he gets to age 2, he should be just about ready to get up his second town center right about now. Where is he going to put it? Possibly on this gold mine. Possibly just in the base. Break Penguin is going to be the new Greeky. I'm calling it now. Carnage is just chilling down here. Oh, Tower Rush. Oh my goodness. These villagers, these villagers are going to try and deny this tower, and they're going to get it. Oh man. Never mind. So I thought that he was going for a fast second town center, to sort of deny the economic advantage of the water, but he's not. He's going for a single age 1 build. Looks like this TC can actually shoot at this guard tower, and the guard tower can now shoot at the TC. I believe you should be able to, if you can hit the TC, you can also hit these villagers. So if Break Penguin just right clicks these villagers, you should be able to actually get them. Carnage feels a need to put up his own guard tower. Not the worst idea. Break Penguin in his base. Continue to make long throwing axemen, which is smart. The water is firmly in the grasp of Carnage, but we will see if he's able to defend this. Throwing axemen in small numbers aren't the best. But Carnage does have to make double villager production on top of all of the army he needs to make. Now, something for new players, if you aren't familiar, if you get underneath the guard tower, it actually doesn't do any damage to the units attacking underneath it. Carnage is using all these villagers. He's bringing up his villagers to fight. He doesn't have loom on these villagers. They're not roided up or anything. But it looks like that was enough to dispel the attack. Break Penguin getting up a second town center. 4 attack second town center. While doing good pressure, so. Good stuff by Carnage. Good stuff by, changing his mind on the TC production. Or where it's going to land. Watch post from Break Penguin. He did a good job last game of really denying the gold of Carnage. And that was a lot easier to do when you're pumping out 120 gold berserkers, but I think Carnage is going to play a serious game. But he is running out of food. Double TC production is not cheap. So yeah, he'll need lots and lots more fishing boats, and I think he's going to get that. He will see this dock down here. Hopefully he'll be able to deny it. But I don't know what he would use to deny it. Let's see if he sees this. No, he does not. He's just continuing to do more damage here, and Carnage is worried about the towers that are attacking his TC. It looks like these throwing axemen are trying to do some damage to these fishing boats. And this is the lifeline, except for these villagers here at the top corner. But this is the lifeline of Carnage's food economy. And Break Penguin knows it. He smells blood in the water. Oh, he is getting up a long trip, so he does see this now, but it's a bit too late. He has triple long throwing axeman production. No handicap for Break Penguin. He's doing this all by himself. So I like this from Break Penguin. He's trying to get eyes on this gold mine, but he missed these very important villagers. Carnage got up this long ship to defend from these throwing axemen, but it's the long ships that are being produced down here that are the biggest worry. He's making more long ships. Break Penguin getting up a second dock. Looks like he's going to be really challenging for water supremacy. And look at this map vision from Break Penguin right here. You got a complete surround of Carnage's base. Carnage trying to break out right now. Should be easy enough to do. He's making quite a lot of throwing axemen. He has a good bank. And I don't think Break Penguin doesn't have the actual units to defend this. That being said, he is making, on the other hand, Break Penguin is making lots of docks, making these long ships. So Carnage cleans this up, but he's going to have, we're going to have a water battle on our hands, folks. 2 docks versus the 1 dock of Carnage. Somehow Carnage is sneaking by with these villagers here. Let's see if he can get these out. I love mirror matches just for the reason of there's no like complaints about balance because you have exactly the same as everybody else. Yeah. Okay, Carnage sees that he needs another dock, so really well done. And I don't think Break Penguin has the wood actually behind this. Let's get a village count 50 to the 53, so fairly even. But I think there's a mismanagement potentially of his economy. But nothing too crazy. These are some scary long ships. Yeah, long ships. Water battle going on right here. Bobbing and weaving. Popping and locking. Both players are just content to sit back. Neither of them are near age 3. There are fire ships for Norse in age 3, which are effective against ships. Actually, Carnage here. I'm not sure if he saw this. Carnage does see that TC. And Break Penguin has a ton of villagers exposed here. 21 villagers. So this is going to be a really good raid by Carnage if he lets off a volley or two. Okay. Break Penguin going to age 3. That is something he'll have over his... Ooh. Somebody's getting the treasure island? What is this? Alright, seems like an even army. 25 with no armory upgrades to the 27, no armory upgrades. So yeah, very even. Oh, great play by Break Penguin, just being super annoying here. Carnage has made 8 long ships instead of aging up. And he is determined to win this water fight. And yeah, like Break Penguin's gonna see this and he's gonna either try to make some fast fire ships, or and we'll see that soon actually, whether or not he goes fire ships. Doesn't look like it. In the meantime, we have the dock on the treasure island. Longships are actually able to garrison gets a second dock up. Now I'm confused. Now I am confused. Okay, so Carnage is taking the water map, and it looks like he's going to be doing a lot of trading on the water. Both players going age 3 at the same time, essentially getting up throwing Axeman Champion, which is, as we all saw from last game, the most GOAT upgrade ever. But Carnage has like double the army size of Break Penguin, who is pop capped at 130. Ooh, Carnage is going to have his TC denied. That's huge. But because of that, because his TC was being denied, he actually gets a chance to stop this fortress from being built. He has a larger army, and half of the army of Break Penguin is working on creating this fortress. So yeah, he should easily be able to take this out, and he does. And then wipe out the army of Break Penguin just as Axeman Champion comes in. Really big pickup from Carnage, and I think that was the TSN turning point of the game. Finally gets up at second town center, so he didn't actually lose the resources that he put into it the first time. He's getting a fortress in the middle of the base, not really defending anything important necessarily. I think he just had some free villagers here on food. And look at this, the trade has begun. Good stuff by Carnage. You don't see it often, but it is something you can do. PF2K would be proud. How much gold does this get? It doesn't say. No gold. Break Penguin being a nuisance with these war dogs here, and all of this will be cleaned up very easily. But in the meantime, 40 or so axemen are in the middle of the base. Break Penguin, despite having being 30 pop down, has map control. But Carnage is getting up his... Like, this is good stuff. What am I missing? I still can't... Oh, 91. 91 gold. And 103 gold. So, a fairly good trading route. See the armory upgrades for both players. Break Penguin has age 2 attack, and Carnage has age 2 attack and melee defense. Oh. And Carnage, yeah, not... Okay. Break Penguin right-clicking the TC, or trying to...
Ahura Mazda, bless.
TC. Cova Kittens, thanks for the follow. Carnage is going to break out of the base. Or of the controlling base of Break Penguin. But there are two fortresses here. I don't think Carnage needs to attack this, but he's going to. He has all the water control he needs. He has like a huge economy, 80 villagers to 67. He's 15 pop up, and his army size is 54 throwing axemen. Still no age 3 techs. Looks like Break Penguin just got his age 3 melee tech. Cheekily gathering this stone here. But fortresses ain't no slouch. They're really whittling out the army and buying Break Penguin some time to remass. I think. Yeah, he only has like 4 barracks up, and he's trying desperately to get some more up, but he can't seem to pump out throwing axemen as fast as he needs it. These cheeky stone gatherers are now building a fortress here, possibly to deny some sort of a market line. But Carnage don't need no market line. He's got merchant transports, baby. Some more outposts around the map for Carnage. Who's allowing Break Penguin the time of day. Could go to H4 at any time. Oh, looks like he took out this dock. He took out this dock with these 9 villagers, but that actually just makes that stops the trading of Carnage. What a nuisance. But what's going to happen is that Carnage is now going to have a much better trading line. So does this help Carnage? Is Break Penguin on Carnage's side? Who knew? So what Break Penguin needs to do right now is he needs to continue to try to remax. Like, this is something that I spoke about in a previous game, but if you have a lot of units, especially units that cost wood in queue, oh, and the surround is going to be disgusting. Oh, Carnage. He's down on text. Oh no, he isn't down on text. Now he's above on text, but I love this surround by Carnage. He's consistently done it time and time again. This game and last game as well. And yeah, great game. But this time he has throwing axemen instead of berserkers. So armory for both players. Daily quest complete. Yeah, exactly. Throwing axemen. we had Silver Age for both attack and defense, and Gold Bronze Age for Pierce, and then Break Penguin in his base he had just Silver Age and Bronze Age to defense. Current villager population fairly even, actually. Break Penguin didn't get up his second town center as fast, and I think that was something that Greeky pointed out earlier in the game, where like the greedier player is at an extreme advantage, and if you're not able to do a lot of damage, and I can't say that Break Penguin didn't do a lot of damage, because he did early on, but I think he let Carnage have the water for too long, and it sort of didn't bode well for him in the end. Let's see if these players want to do a final game. We want to see who truly has what it takes. Will Break Penguin be able to go 2-1 up? Or will Carnage the veteran shut him down here and now? Find out soon. Let's go with Big Island. Big Island, question mark? And Carnage is out here taking a break. I told him to pick a meme map. Twizzle Top Mountain. I like it, Creaky. We gotta have a Carnage just saying, "Oh, come on." What are you talking about? Oh, he's saying normal map. Normal map. Boo. Boo. Oasis. Boo. So disappointed in Carnage. Where's the troller in him? It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Carnage versus Break Penguin. Here we go. Here we go. Carnage not fooling around this time. Gonna go for an early barracks. And same thing with Break Penguin. This is a serious map for serious gamers. Only serious gamers play on Oasis. No serious game would play on Twizzletop Mountain. Jeez. See how quickly both of these players can get up their barracks. And I think based on last game, I expect to see Carnage take on the water first. But we will see. He does have his barracks being produced. And Break Penguin, same thing here, but with 2 villagers instead of the 1. So point to break. Sheep are spread across the map. And for those who don't know, the Oasis has this pond here. It has roughly 4 fishing spots with 1,000 food each. It can be crossed by weary travelers. But in the small oasis, you can also have mighty ships, so quite a conundrum there. Both players pumping out some spearmen. The standoff. I think Carnage tried to bring these sheep back. Doesn't the melee scout do more damage? No, the melee scout does the same amount of damage. They have the same amount of health. It looks like Carnage won the sheep battle of 2021. Hey, thanks, Greeky. We wanna. These are community challenges, right? Like, this isn't for all the marbles. This isn't for. This isn't for everything. Ooh, Ace, what keyboard did you get? I got a new keyboard. I got a new keyboard too. PF2K would be proud. I got a Razer keyboard. Looks like Carnage is crossing the map with some spearmen, but he scouted out ahead, saw that there's quite a lot of spearmen here for Break Penguin as well. So I expect Carnage, yeah, I was about to say, to get up a dock. He's planting his Poseidon spearmen. Look at this. Poseidon needs to get some of these spears, these vanity gear for the spearmen. But I like this. Carnage is going to try to distract Break Penguin in his base by doing some raiding, and then he's going to quickly pull back to the dock and make sure that he can get up his dock quickly. So really, really nice done. Really nicely done by Carnage there. Durgod K320. I have no idea what that is. 8 spearmen to the 7, now 8. So very, very even. Carnage is waiting on some 10 wood to get to the second age. While microing, might I add. So really well done there. He's coming to bring in, do some more damage to these hurt. But looks like both players are microing fairly well. So 7 spearmen to the 7 spearmen. So they're comfortable to both bleed it out. I would yeah, 5 to the 5, 6 to the 5. But yeah, it looks like Carnage ended up losing that fight. That's what happens when you have the defender's advantage. Oh. Never mind. Is Carnage's micro that much better? I thought this was over for break.
Ahura Mazda bless you.
Surface Gen, thanks for following. Roman civilization is coming, potentially Ides of March is what I heard. Somebody said the Ides of March, or the Ides of April, or the Ides of something. Carnage trying to bring in some of these fishing boats into the fight. I like this, right? When you're on Oasis, it's a stone throws away to the pond, and if you really want to make sure you have the pond, you get up a long ship, and having your barracks next to that is really, really important, because as you can see, there is resources scattered really, really closely next to this oasis. Gold and stone here, another stone, gold, another gold here, another stone and gold and hunt here. So if you're able to take this part of the map, you get a really good map control, and You just don't let go, sort of a thing. There we go. Carnage had up to 2 production facilities. Same thing with Break Penguin. Just got up his second barracks. He does have handsaw and picker's gloves. Carnage does not have picker's gloves because he's on the water and on some hunts, so really good there. And I think he might be trying to go for some tower aggression, but we will see. He is gathering some stone in his base. In the meantime, he's comfortable just to really spend his resources extremely wisely. Yes, but the Ides of March. If any of you have read Julius Caesar, which is, you know, Romans and all that, like, it was a big thing in that book, the Ides of March. So I like the joke. Thank you for whoever came up with that joke on, maybe not as a joke, maybe it's not a joke, maybe it's the truth, but Break Penguin, pulling an Eerie, going around the map to try to do some raiding. I like this a lot. Carnage has map vision on the right-hand side of the map, but has sort of ignored the left-hand side of the map. So if he can do some good economic damage, that would be excellent. I think, yeah, Carnage is doing a great job here with his SimCity wall. So not much that Break Penguin can be doing. And in the meantime, Carnage is going to be pushing up with his sizable army. Break Penguin does have a couple of throwing axemen here, but it's not going to be enough. He's moving these guys forward, but I think he might need them to defend. Yeah, Break isn't aware of how large of an army Carnage is pushing into his base with. And good, keeps kiting. That's exactly what he needs to be doing. Picking off units that aren't focusing on his own units. And here we go. Oh, he can go through the back here. Maybe he just doesn't know about that. But these units should be being very pesky, at least in the base of Carnage. Oh, I like this. Trying to deny some of the wood, and I think this might be like the only... Oh, can see them. Excellent. This might be the only wood line, and the TC's here too, right? So other than this wood line back here, which Carnage is trying to desperately go to right now, but really good guard towers by Break Penguin. But in the meantime, Carnage is no slouch. He's gathering that stone for his own needs too. And I think the longer this game goes on, the longer that the map control of Carnage will be to his advantage. Break Penguin throwing another 16 throwing axemen down here. So he's making the left side of his map his side, seemingly. But yeah, he needs to do some economic damage, or else Carnage will just keep picking up free production facilities, free villagers on the stone lines, free houses. Oh, will Break Penguin be able to reclaim the water? Carnage is coming back to defend this, knows that this water is sort of like what's keeping him, doesn't get the final pickup of the longship, but yeah, Carnage realized how important this water is for him, and is chasing these units back. Of course, it's like throwing axemen and some spearmen, right? That's very creative. I think Carnage was trying to Break Penguin was trying to build a some sort of a fortress, but that was quickly denied. One thing I will give Break Penguin credit for, a lot of credit, is how well he's done in splitting up his army, keeping some units in his base to defend, and then some units out front to attack. But we'll see if that will help him in the end. It's a big transition point for him right now. He's going to be transitioning to farms very shortly. He is going to H3, which will give him a huge advantage. I'm surprised that more player. I agree, Project. Like I do love the way that Break Penguin's playing, but I'm surprised more players aren't rushing, at least in these most recent games, like to H3, given how important Throwing Axeman Champion has become. Before it was only like 30% ignore armor or something like that, and now it's pretty broken. Okay. Here we go. Carnage pushing into the base of Break Penguin, who just reached the 3rd age. Should be queuing up Throwing Axeman Champion, but Break Penguin was already housed before, and he's going to be even more housed now, down 30 pop. This is good, like getting him on the retreat. Something I will say though, since this is the community challenge and it's all about improvements, one thing you can do, and obviously it's tough given that this is pretty much the only safe berry bush in the whole entire map, but what you can do is like you can start peeling off some of these villagers and start making some farms at home, because when this berry bush goes down, like there's a lot of idle villager time then. Break Penguin just finished building out the 3 houses that Carnage took out, so he's down by 10 pop right now. Sorry about that. Yeah, he can get H3 upgrades too, but neither player looks to be getting... Carnage is getting his Throwing Axeman Champion, but here we go. Now we have the double armory in the base of Carnage. He does have an armory himself, but neither player actually has any armory upgrades. So, I take that back. Carnage just got the melee defense armory upgrade. Villager count 64 to the 65, so both players extremely even there. Break Penguin trying to get food from pretty much anywhere on the map, and this is what I'm saying, where you have these 7 villagers that are idle, unfortunately. He's going to try to take this gold mine. I don't know. He's going to need his entire army here to defend this gold mine. See map vision. So yeah, Carnage really does have half this map, and Break Penguin has the other half essentially. So pretty cool how this has been split out. Ooh, Rhapsodes. Creativity, wow. This is it. This is the creativity we're all looking for. Oh. No creativity on this side by Break Penguin, but he is pushing into the base of Carnage. He has a sizable force, 62 Throwing Axemen. Takes down a house in 2 hits, or 2 volleys, sorry. Break Penguin is getting his first 2 armory upgrades, which will help him. And I like that he's sort of like buying himself some time here. Just picking off some houses, peeling back. Carnage is going to catch this off, and there's 61 Throwing Axemen to the 74 here. Carnage is up on upgrades. He has that 1 armory upgrade, which should easily be able to clean this up. And this Rhapsode in the back might be able to get some converts off. Let's see. Nope. Carnage is doing too good of a job killing all of Break Penguin's units for his Rhapsode to do any work. But this healing is extremely important by him. These barracks will give him line of sight on these this gold mine. Carnage is set up for the late game. He does have a good market line town center here, and I think he's making a market line over here. So really good there. We have some raiders. Creativity. sort of just scouting out what the heck Break Penguin's doing. That's something that I actually think throwing axemen aren't good against. Like it takes these 17 throwing axemen forever to do real damage to these one-pop raiders. So yeah, Penguin is having he hasn't transitioned to farms yet, so he's sort of like trying to gather food from random places around the map. I love this by Break Penguin though. He's constantly active along the map. He knows that his opponent needs to be gathering gold from somewhere. So let's see if he's actually able to get this market down in time, and he's not. Carnage is going to be making up a second market. Break Penguin continuing to just pester and annoy Carnage in his base. Sword is going like right through the middle of the base here. But Carnage is grouping up his units here, and this is it. This is going to be the push. Let's see what Break Penguin has to defend this. 41 throwing axemen to the 53. He does have a fortress in his base. Just trying to gather from this forward gold mine, but that's not going to work. Break needs to defend this. Yeah, there's no way he can. Rapso going to get some converts off. Never mind. I take that back. Yeah, Break Penguin can't let this fortress go up. He's getting a lot of units for free, but this fortress goes up, denies like this really, really important gold mine. And I don't think Break Penguin does have a lot of gold, so he's good for a while. But he doesn't have any markets. What is going on here? This is shouldn't be illegal. But really good fortress by Carnage, because now he's able to make these Harbjorn to take out these town centers. And actually, now that I look at it, there's only this other wood line here for Break Penguin. Carnage is pushing into the base. Goths Harbjorn. In the meantime, on this side of the map, like Break Penguin is trying to do evil things to the caravan line. He's doing good stuff, but Carnage has a bank of 2,700, so he's not really worried about that. And it's sort of a who has the bigger throwing axeman ball at this point. This is why it's so important to not fully engage the full army of the person pushing into your base. You gotta make sure you rally your units back into your base so that you can get up a sizable army enough to take on this this attack. But this looks like it's going to be GG. Break Penguin is taking out some of the market lines, is doing some good work here, but Carnage just has more than enough resources in his bank to go to H4, but then also to continually pump out units here. A really close series. I loved the play from both players. I think we saw the power of some of the new changes with the balance patch. And I kind of like the fact that it was a mirror map, so we could see both players on an even playing field. So well done both players. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so next, that's 2-1 for Carnage. Penguin took the first game, and then Carnage realized, or Penguin taught him how much, or how good throwing axemen can be. Alright, let's change this up. Greeky versus Erie. What is this? The finals of a tournament? No, it's the community challenge. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water, and I will be back. Greeky and Erie, I will invite you very shortly after. If you guys can pick a mirror match, that might be good too. We can. All right, I'll be back. Sorry, Zern. I take that back. This is a semifinals match. Two v two tournament would be awesome. That would be a great tournament. Have we had a 2v2 tournament actually before? The name of Erie City is Spam. We'll be starting shortly. Greeky versus Erie. So just for you, so you guys know, after this stream, after the games for the community challenge, Happy Smurf is going to be streaming. He's going to be doing a in-depth Blender stream. Let me get the exact details here. So he's going to be doing like a dev stream, in-depth Blender stream. It's going to be going in depth on 3D logos. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please stick around. Support the devs that make this great game. Okay, we're going to go on Savannah. Are you guys ready to get this started? I'm ready to get this started. Here we go. Here we go. Both players are at 0. Let's see what these players can do. Greeky as Greeks for the first time outside of a tournament. First time in forever we've seen Greeky play as Greeks. I will say that this is the best hunt I've ever seen in my life. So that's the first thing I will say. Like, I don't think you can get a better hunt than that. That is incredible. Apparently, Erie said, I see your hunt and I raise you an even better hunt. Okay. Savannah best map. So, one thing I am super impressed at is the fact that Greeky can play Greeks, right, for all of his practice, and then come into a tournament like this and just switch come into a tournament not like this, but you know, in the previous winter tournament, and play all of these different varied civs with all of these different like unique quirks, and still be able to do really, really well with them. So I'm very impressed by him on that front. Gathering some goats. The early goat wards are going towards Greeky. Uh-oh. The first battle was also decided quickly by Greeky. Gary has other priorities. He's worried about whether or not there's going to be a barracks. Erie apparently forfeiting the goat wars altogether. He wants to be seen as the good guy, a peace gesture, an initial peace gesture. He used it to scout out. His opponent is going for. He's put the goat on patrol. He put the goat on patrol. This is some big brain plays right there. He put both of the goats on patrol. 10 out of 10. Yes. Yes. Wow. 50-50 on the predictions. I'm going to have to say that at least Egypt on the whole economy front is probably a little bit ahead. You're able to get the Priestess of Ra, and because of the most recent patch, you get up a second Priestess of Ra. And it looks like, the Priestess of Ra are going to come out, hopefully empower this storehouse. Yep. Get up that stone even faster than before. But Greeky is doing an excellent job on macro. So he's got his build down pat. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to get up a town center. Incredible. Erie not too far behind, but 3 minutes and 20 seconds is about how fast I can normally do it. Oh, look at this. This is the top level play that we're talking about. Oh, actually, I take that back. Is there a space between this? I was making a comment to Break Penguin before about that. But I hope both players getting up a really good second town center. You know, hunts here, gold here, hunts here, gold here. Yeah, this is the Mista's build for sure. 3 minutes and 5 seconds town center. Insane. It's a desert map, so Egypt has the edge. As jokes, Hunter. That's right. They're in their element. Troller invented the build in the 90s. That's right. One thing I will say is that a fast second town center isn't, sorry, not a fast second town center, but a forward second town center really always isn't the right play. And I think Carnage last game sort of showed that you can do really well with having that close second town center. Right, where Break Penguin at some points was pushing into his base, and you have Eerie who has some camels out, but he was pushing into his base, but he couldn't really do anything because of the two town centers there. And if Carnage did put up his second TC in another spot that was far away from his base, or his main base, it would have been much easier to pick off that second town center. So both players realized that each of them are going for this super greedy play, so they need to take some map control. But I will say that not in all circumstances is a far second town center the best play. Looks like Eerie's going to be crossing the map with some of these camel riders. Yeah, so town centers are now, I think they previously had 18 DPS in Age 1, and level of play has gone down. The town centers have 2 extra DPS and like more attack range. Eerie with these slower camels, 9.5 speed versus the 10.5 or 11.5s that they used to have. Double camel rider production from Eerie. Villagers 34 to the 32, 33. Eerie did drop a couple villagers, and he's still dropping a couple villagers now. But this extra aggression will pay off. Spread out across the map. He has some units here, scout here, some more units here. These slow and seemingly immobile units have got a buff, so now they do. Wait, I thought the snare on Spearman went up. Is it still 0.49? I thought it was 0.59. Or was it previously 0.59 and now it's 0.49? Anyways, they got a buff to. They got a buff to their snare, so I think this means like whatever speed the people last had, it's cut in half. Here we're going to be doing some raiding. Really nice houses by Greeky. A lot more players are starting to do create their houses like this. And even makes another house to block this off. Really nice. Greeky, I think this whole base is, yeah, possibly some chokes here, but this whole base is just ripe for defense. So good stuff by him. Gets up fairly early armory. We'll see if that can help him get the advantage. He's got double racks, double archer range production. Eerie is going seemingly all camels, and him picking up some of these spearmen in small numbers is really, really good. Spearmen obviously counter camels, but with this large of an army. Oh, and there's the snare. Doesn't look like it did much. What snare? But yeah, with this large of an army, you can easily pick off like Spearman Champion. They do 3 times Eerie just pushing straight into the base of Greeky, and he actually went to the 3rd age, so getting Camel Rider Champion. Oh wow, the snare is doing really good work actually. And yeah, snare cuts the speed down to half. Good stuff. Oh, their snare is even more when they have Spearman Champion, so it's 0.39 now. Here he's going to continue to try to do some raiding here, keeping his resources or his wood resources low, but there's no villagers here. But Greeky just continue to pick off these slow camel riders. And now that they're 4.4 speed, like these spearmen can actually chase them down and kill them. That's pretty cool. But in the back, in his base, he's getting some of the most dorky. I absolutely hate the way these chariot archers look without without their cloth armor. But that's what Eerie's response to these Spearman Champion are going to be. Not a bad response. Check the armory upgrades. No armory upgrades for Eerie, and none for Greeky. So despite, I take that back. I think he just queued them all up. So he's going to have the armory upgrade advantage for now. He has a pop advantage already. He's going to pick off these 10 spearmen or so. Really well done. So we have the highly mobile army of Eerie versus the mobile army of the Greeks by Greeky, who is going now to age 3, slightly delayed. I think he wanted to get some more stone. Oh, looks like the main force of Greeky here is pretty scary. There is 38 talks in this army. He just needs to make sure not take individual fights here. He needs the full, yeah, there we go. He needs the full size of his army in this fight. And he can't just let Eerie take these pot shots with these chariot archers. This is a very scary army from Greeky. He is aging up, breaking Steve's #1 rule. Pushing when he's aging up, but doing good stuff by walling off, or trying to wall off. In the meantime, Eerie's going to use the speed to his advantage, going to push in to the base of Greeky, who's deciding to do the same to him. We will see which base trade is the most effective. And it looks like Eerie is content to not push into the base. He has some anti-ranged with these Camel Rider champions that do 2 times against range, which is actually higher than Asabara, which makes me sad. But this good surround is making sure that Greeky can't do anything effective with this army. You can kite for days, sure, but this is a really scary age 3 army from Eerie. Finally getting up some armory upgrades. Greeky getting Tox Champ, Philosophy, is all of his age 2 armory upgrades already, so on that front, Greeky's doing much better. Doesn't have his 3rd town center yet, but he's getting it up right now. 76 to the 77 villagers, so both of them extremely even on villager production. Greeky, these walls are going to be extremely helpful. These chariot archers are a mess, and yeah, this is exactly what Greeky needs to do. Get some stables out,
Get some Sarasol free. Sarasol Fry? Ooh, I got Silent Reds as well. They're very nice. Oh, this is... Oh no. All the villagers, not enough walls to defend it. There we go. Let's see what Greeky can do here. The kiting is just so real. There goes the Seri. And it almost doesn't matter. Let's see what these 37 talks can do against the 20 chariot archers. Eerie finally getting some more of his armory upgrades, and I think he got all the H3 ones. Peltos. Greeky's making some Peltos. I was watching some of the old games on the Woody Shi channel actually, and I cannot tell you why, but for some reason, like Peltos were used all the time, and like Peltos were like the greatest thing ever. Is that like? Wow, give me the history lesson on that. Why were Peltos used so much? Like, he used to just continuously make Peltos. Now, the attack range, I always thought they were smaller, but 17 to the 18 is not that much smaller. So these Peltos aren't necessarily like a detriment. Greeky's got to run with these 10 villagers. Eerie sees them and he smells blood in the water. Oh, 5, 4, 3. These Peltos though. Okay, Greeky. He's running low on food though. Doesn't have much food. No, needs to focus. You can't see me right now, but I am freaking out for Greeky. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Carnage. I still find it absolutely nuts that you could play PvP against somebody, and because they had better gear than you, you'd win. Like, or because they had better gear than you, like, you would win. That's so bonkers. Eerie has like tons of food, tons of resources here, doing good damage into the base of Greeky. 81 villagers to 79, but he does have a really good market line. Like, this is pretty much the best market line in the game. He just needs to find a way to close the gaps in his walls. Oh no. The siege towers are coming in to do the real damage. And I don't see the army of Greeky. Here it is. Some Prodromos, some Peltos. But the market line is being denied here. All these villagers gathering are being denied. Greeky's struggling for food, so he can't make Seri or anything else. Struggling. He doesn't have that much gold in the bank. He is making Peltos, so. Camels are the new carps. Potentially. Eerie going to the Golden Age. I love this. I love that new addition there. And Eerie is walling off where Greeky failed. Greeky, though, in the meantime, getting up some siege towers to hopefully take out. Oh, will this fortress get down? Greeky cleaning up what was left in his base. He does have some walls up, just not enough. And through the cracks in the walls, Eerie comes marching in. Oh, and looks like Eerie just denied both of his markets, left. He's just leaving the things there. Even the siege tower's there, and yeah, Greeky's army is being run out of his own base. Just can't get up enough food. In the meantime, this small little army is trying to do some damage here. Greeky isn't making any siege, but Eerie is making some catapults now for population. Eerie is still in the base of Greeky, who has some markets to be made, but isn't able to make them. Oh, just as these rams come out, that's a shame. So many things happening in this game right now. Greeky is switching to cavalry. Really smart. Now that he has these rams and these calves, these prodromos, should be able to clean up camel riders. 460. Actually, I think camel riders are still better. They're better and cheaper. Damn. It's very true. It's very true, Zern. I was just commenting on like the fact that I'm so impressed that even though he plays Greeks so much, he's still able to do really well with all the other civs. He's trying to make a break into that, but in the meantime, these catapults, these siege towers are doing just dirty things to all the farms and the villagers in the base of Greeky. It's making Peltos, so we didn't have a meme map, but we did have a meme Peltosses. Actually, they do work against these chariot archers, but there's just not enough of them, and Savannah is too open of a map. Yeah, Savannah is just a really open map, and Eerie took advantage of that. Okay. Yeah, so Eerie just took advantage of that. The fact that there's a really open map. Ooh, he's even making some more elephants. Let's see if any of these players want to change civs. I think... Just a reminder. Ooh, I love it. Just a reminder that Eerie's going to change the civs. Guys, suggest some maps for these two players to play. Black Forest, maybe? Black Forest?
Mmm. Okay. So we're going to play on Babylonian Basin. I actually don't think I've ever played on this map before. So we will see. Yuri is going to go with Norse. And Greeky, can you guess what he's going to go with? Looks like it's not connecting. Disk. The Ides of March. Alright, let's try this again. Greeky says, I blame Recon for connection issues for some reason, and I agree. Oh. Connections. Yeah, Striker, I agree, but he didn't have the food. He didn't have the food to do it. I'll, yeah. We're going to be jumping into the second game of the series between Greeky and Erie. In just a second. Erie took game 1 on Savannah. I'm gonna log out as well. Did everybody get their Sparta rewards? The ladder reset recently, so I want to see everybody out there. Playing some Sparta. Become the leader. All right, here we go. Babylonian Basin. This is a map I have not played before. Let's change the score. So we will discover this map together. So it has no fish. It looks like some spots can be walked on. So this spot can be walked on. These spots cannot be walked on. So if you can see here, like on the mini map, there's a darker blue section here, darker blue section, and the lighter blue. So looks like a fairly linear map. Some trees dotted in between the main path to each other's base.
Uh, this looks like a really cool map actually. Right? You could theoretically put some fishing, not fishing ships, but like some boats over here, especially for Greeks in Age 4, right? You get some ballista trireme out, send them over here, and I'm sure by that time, like, your opponent will have quite a bit of things built out. So you might be able to pick off some good stuff. Erie in his base, going for a fast barracks. I almost forgot that this was standard Erie play for a second. Because last game, he did go for that quick second town center. Greeky, given how great that last build was, getting up his second town center in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, or 3 minutes and 5 seconds, never mind. I expect that he should be easily able to counter this, especially with the new buff to the TCs. You get 14 villagers. Go to Age 2. You have 5 guys on stone, 4 guys on a storehouse, and another 3 guys on wood. The first spearman comes in for Erie. It's going to disrupt the build. Erie not chasing the villagers back, just content to take out this storehouse, and the scouts can keep doing chip damage. So it looks like there's resources along the water, or close to the water. So it's not like, even though there's no fish in the water, that there's no value to the water. I can see a player taking the water to really put pressure from the sides of the map, along the sides here, across any undefended production or undefended resources. Back in the base of Erie, he is gathering some stone, but only with 2 villagers, so it could very well be just for some towers. Greeky is, I was going to say, fine to let that 1 villager die? Question mark. The extra range from the town center is doing work. Picked off 2 villagers, 2 spearmen, and that was oh really? Like, when you say bug recon, do you mean like I see it here but it's actually not there, or is it just shouldn't be there? I double TC for Greeky, only making 1 villager at a time though. Sad times. Erie continuing to be a nuisance here along the map. Going to the second age right now still. Content with just these 2 villagers on stone. He's circling Greeky's map. But these 2 TCs with the extra damage and increased range should really discourage any type of play, but this is it. This is the tower that I was talking about. Those villagers aren't doing things for good economic reasons. They're doing it for dirty tower reasons. So it looks like there are some exposed resources here near the water that like a trireme or something could get. Very interesting map. I like it. Greeky, first production facility is going to be an archer range. Not a bad idea. I have foresight. Ooh, look at this. Really smart by Erie, trying to extend the life of this one tower and its usefulness to sort of ward off anybody trying to get these woods by surrounding it by the walls. And what this essentially does is increase the health of this guard tower, because they're not able to, or units are not able to just go right underneath the guard tower and attack it. And I think this is what Riku is going to try to do. But he's going to be very upset when he finds out that there's a wall here. And doesn't look like Erie got there in time. So Riku will be able to take out this guard tower with little effort. And he's sort of just like, peace. I'm out of here. Love it. In the meantime, Erie's trying to push into the front of the base. His war dogs are actually much better than I gave them credit for historically. Greeky continuing to kite. Oh my goodness. Oh, these attacked villagers. 28. No, this is not 28. 19 attacked villagers. Erie had the right idea, you know, protect the guard towers by throwing walls around them, but the execution was just a tad late. Let's see the villager count. 40 to the 29. So something that Greeky's still in this for obvious reasons, but these double TC fire are going to really put a hamper on anything that Erie can do in the base of Greeky. I'd like to see Greeky like throw some of his units all the way back here, like something that Erie really wouldn't expect. He's doing that right here with some of these barberries, but looks like he needs gold to make some units. So he's going to try to gather everybody on gold. I think that was a miss rally over there. Very chaotic game that Erie's had to, that Greeky's had to endure right now, and I like this. He's yeah, trying to gather some of these far out resources across the map. Something, yeah, that I've seen more and more become more and more useful is this 1 TC push. You really hamper your ability to build an army when you go for a second TC. There's quite a lot of resources invested in it, which means that somebody like an Erie can just push you full on with a 1 TC type of build. He isn't able to like do. He's just now getting up to the same villager count. So Erie just needs to make sure that his villagers remain idle, remain not productive, and he is doing that. Eventually, Greeky should be able to clean this up. Yeah, exactly, Prodigy. He should be able to clean this up, but whether or not he can survive this is another story. Yeah, and Erie knows like he's not really getting anything done right now with just streaming units in. Okay, finally Greeky is semi-stabilized. He has these units out here. Oh no, he didn't build this storehouse. Oh. Oh, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. You know when your mom tells you like, oh, I used to walk uh, across mountains and over rivers, like these are your parents telling you that story. They're like, oh, back in the day when I used to hunt and farm, I would cross the river just to feed my family. Greeky trying to put up some more guard towers here. Erie smartly going for these production facilities. He knows that like there can only be so much. Oh, just barely got it up and destroyed just as quickly. Yeah, this should be the death push by Erie. I like this map though. I will say I like this map. With the Sparta ladder just resetting, think of some of these strategies that you could use. Maybe not tower rushing, but a really solid age 1 push is something that we might see more and more be more and more useful in the future. Yeah, Troll, they're going to play against Greeky after? I think we can play like one game. And then I think Happy Smurf is going to be doing a dev stream, so I don't want to take too much time from him. But we can do a game. Greeky trying to stay in this as best he can. I think this is a lot of damage being pumped out. You got 2 guard towers doing 25 damage apiece. Same thing with these town centers, so Erie's economy behind this is fairly strong to keep pumping back these units. And he has some forward production facilities, getting some raiders out right now. Let's check out his base here. Yeah, some more raiders, double TC production. Yeah, really strong economy on the back of this. Over here, Greeky still has a couple. Oh, he's making some production facilities over here. But it doesn't look like he won't be able to make any actual villagers. And 24 villagers over here are stuck in the base. In this base. So I think we play one more. I think we play one more game on stream. I think we're gonna get another re. Erie versus Greeky. My mag is confirmed. Erie says, yes. The winners. The winners do get prizes, so if you do want to play in the future and you are definitely more than willing to play, and you can win prizes of your own. You can get a legendary of your choice if you win, and you get a epic of your choice, I believe, if you lose. Anyone knows? Yeah, Troll, you can stream some PvP. Yeah, Happy's gonna stream like right after this. Okay, Sheltered Pass, Erie versus Greeky. Same civs, Norse versus Greeks. Greeky deciding to go for Barracks. TC got buffed, but he isn't chancing it. He knows that Erie still has the power to really hurt his economy, and yeah, he's not having any more of that. So let's see, is Erie doing the same thing? Yeah, he is. He's got 2 villagers and the scout. Who do we think is going to win this match? I think that this map is a lot more choky than previous maps that we've played in this series so far. So it's quite easy for Greeky to wall up right here, wall off this exit, like wall off this and wall off over here, and sort of just place his army right in the middle. And with that added snare, it should very easily deter any of Erie's potential raiders. We'll see what Throwing Axeman can do against Toxodi. The new and improved Throwing Axeman versus Toxodi. It wasn't a best of 3. It was sort of like just a show match. Oh, I think Erie might be dropping, or I'm dropping. I'm dropping. Oops. Best of 3 means to 3, I guess. Alright, so we got the fight in the middle for supremacy of the Sheltered Pass. Usually one player will sort of take the advantage and push that towards the base. But it looks like both players are just content to sort of sit in the middle. Neither one of them losing any hunt time. That's right. I expect you to take more games from them, Break Penguin. Greeky getting on his second hunt. Sorry about that. Same thing with Erie. Neither player going to H2 yet. Greeky making sure not to be greedy this time. Not gathering any stone. 7 to the 7. Both players just ran out of gold, so it looks like only Erie is putting some people on gold. Oh, Greeky, the bobbing and weaving. He just pick and rolled around the the spearman here of Erie. Well done. He's got to be careful. Now with this snare, it's going to be hard to get these spearmen out of here. And we're seeing that now. That increased snare is really slowing down these spearmen. He did manage to get these villagers off his hunt, but he's going to lose 3 spearmen for that. Okay, looks like Erie has the advantage in terms of spearmen, but that won't matter. Greeky, age 2 right now, full like 30 seconds before the Bronze Age kicks in from Erie, and by that time, Greeky will have a second town center up. Let's see what he'll do with that. Continuing to rally some units here and be a nuisance in the base of Erie. Needs to make sure not to get his spearmen snared, and he does. Erie says, "Okay, I get what you're gonna go to. You're gonna go to that far back hunt, and I'm just gonna ignore that all." So we'll see what he can do. Greeky's put his second town center in a really defensible spot, or defendable spot. And it should be up by the time Erie comes in. Greeky knocks him off his hunt. Erie going to try to do some economic damage with this raiding group. Okay, takes him off his hunt and falls back. He's coming in. He's going to try to do the exact same thing that Greeky did to him. Greeky putting down an archer range, really smart. That's pretty much going to be the only thing that can save him against all of these throwing axemen that are going to be coming out from Erie. It's a sizable army right here. 9 spearmen. Some pacifists are going to come out, but these spearmen can easily focus down this pacifist. Yeah. This pacifist needs to get out of there. Let the TC do the work. Ooh, is this there's a watch post down here making some war dogs. Erie did get up a second town center behind us, so the relentless aggression won't be as relentless this time. But there is some really solid pressure. And he's trying to take out the second archer range that Greeky just tried to put down. And he gets it, so really good denying by Erie. But the second TC, really close to the base, easily takes out this pesky little force by Erie. And not only that, like, Greeky has been pumping out a lot more units. Actually has some pacifists out. He's doing all the right things. He's doing all the right things. See the villager count, 28 to the 34 of Greeky. So that second town center, early second town center, is proving to be very useful. Let's see, we're going for cavalry. So 2 stables coming up. Raiders are on the menu. Smart by Greeky, just making sure there was no nonsense going on behind his wood line here. Burned once, twice shy. This group is going to chart the same path that they did before. 1-1-1 coming out with double archer range. So good varied comp. ton of villagers on wood here, just to make sure you can keep pumping out double Toxote. Just defending the front side of his base, using these houses and other production facilities to sort of get vision on the back side of his base. Let's see here. Greeky should have scouted. Yeah, here we go. Should scout the stables that are going up. And that's why he sort of switched to Spearman here. Heads up play by him. So really well done. We got some War Dogs coming in the mix. Armory going down for Greeky. Really smart. Like, I like the idea where, you know, you have the wood, you can afford it. Why not pop down an armory? I would usually wait. Wow, really heads up play there, deleting that house to get his villagers out of there. A couple villagers might die here. Maybe one died, I think. But not much else. With these sorts of numbers, it's hard for War Dogs to really do anything here. When they die, they sound like squishy toys, like a dog squishy toys. Double armory up here without anybody on stone mines. I can't help but think that that 400 wood would have been best served making more production facilities, but he is the prodigy. Maybe he's going to go for a quick armory upgrade build. Greeky's going to scout the 30 throwing axemen of Erie, who's now going to age 3. He's going to get that age 3 amazing throwing axeman tech, throwing axeman champion tech. Greeky is 15 pop ahead, making more houses. Really condensed base here. Sort of split up his army, 1, 2, and like a small raiding group over here. Do some more scouting. And he's starting to move some guys onto stone mine right here. Then he'll probably get up some armory upgrades. Let's check out in the base of Erie. Has an armory himself, but isn't getting any armor upgrades himself yet. Wow, this is a massive force. 24 raiders. Greeky split up his units really well. Some units here, some units here. Not in age 3 yet, Greeky. Erie getting throwing axeman champion, as I was mentioning, like, insanely buffed in the last patch, making them much more useful in late game. These raiders are running away. Throwing axemen are taking map control in the middle of the map. Greeky getting up his armory upgrades. Everything but pierce armor, which is smart, because there's no pierce armor in the army here. Let's see which army wins. Throwing axeman champion or Toxote. The flank from the raiders is coming in as well, so he needs to be careful. But these volleys from the Tox, there's 42 Tox here. And 28 raiders, so yeah, Greeky needs to run. Oh, he got in a corner. He didn't realize that there was no. Oh, he's gonna lose his entire army. Oh, and these war dogs are tanking all of this Pierce attack by Greeky, who forgot his spearman at home. Oh no. He should have enough to defend this initial push by Eerie, but he does need lots more talks. One of the most important things for the Greeks in H2 and going into H3 is like sustaining that talks ball, especially against Norse, and it's sort of the same thing where you want to also sustain your throwing axeman count. They're most effective in numbers, so Greeky does have a tech advantage. He's getting talks champion, but he only is producing out of 2 archer ranges. Does have a academy, which is awesome. Finally discovers this outpost. Oh no. These 12 talks are going to be potentially caught out again. Greeky, despite being down 15 pop, is still putting Eerie on the ropes here, who could potentially get a big surround actually. Will Greeky see this? And I think he does, so he's starting to pull back. But this could be it. Oh god. These small little armies running for its dear life. Both players just got up their 3rd town center, both in extremely good positions, literally mirroring each other. Eerie's in the top corner of his base, and Greeky, same thing, bottom corner of his base. So that's it, now or never, whether Greeky can survive this and show that Greeks can be useful in some circumstances. These like 29 raiders are going to be extremely annoying in Greeky's base. Killing some wood lines. He is getting like a good surround here. Eerie's fighting with half his army and is still able to take out Greeky's army. I don't know where Greeky's army is though. Did he just have way more villagers? 79 to the 60 of Eerie. So he does. He has 20 more villagers than Eerie, but let's see. H3. I think that's melee actually. Oh no, H3 Pierce. Which is going to be super effective against this like Tox ball. Greeky's getting some Patromos out there. Greeky has all H3, all H2, now just H3 melee. So he's not far behind in techs. Yuri's going to try to take out this town center if he can. These raiders are being extremely annoying in the base of, in the back of Yuri's base, Greeky's base. Sees where his town center is going to be. Yuri does take out this initial 2nd town center by Greeky and is going to peel away as he sees this large Tox ball. Knows he can't fight that without these balls of raiders, but as these raiders go around Greeky's base, they're just picking off all these exposed villagers. Let's see the villager count, 73 to the 70, sorry, 83 to the 73 of Eerie. So despite all of that damage, Eerie's just asking for a sec. So despite all that damage, like Greeky is still ahead on villagers. He's down in pop. He's pop capped. So Eerie's army is absolutely massive. 41 throwing axeman champion making a fortress right now. And then there's only the 35 Tox champion, who are super effective against these throwing axemen, but not
not like it is so insanely effective that it's gonna turn the tide of the game. Here we go. Let's see if Erie can get up this fortress. Greeky gonna keep kiting with these talks. These raiders are trying to get a nice surround, and the Padromos are also trying to focus fire these raiders, and I think they're going to clean them up. Greeky taking a fairly good engagement here, actually. Still has 26 talks to the 36 throwing axemen. Yeah, really good engagement here by Greeky. For what it's worth. He needs to just protect his Tox Ball. And I think this might be where if Greeky's larger... What the heck is this? If Greeky's larger villager count can sustain him for long enough. Because right now, Erie's struggling for some food. Only has one... Oh, never mind. He has an insane market line. This is probably the best market line in the game. Yeah, 142 gold. Greeky's just now getting up that market line. Yuri's gonna make this wall, and whatever villager he uses to make this wall is going to be extremely surprised. There are 12 villagers here. Well, soon to be 11. Yuri is blocking off both entrances to his base, essentially, with these fortresses. Raiding on this side of the map with horsemen now. And I think this might be the only gold for Greeky, and it is the only gold for Greeky. Who's struggling for it right now. He's just getting up his market lines right now, but doesn't have the food to really do anything. To make any more Padromos, which he desperately needs as a front line. Greeky making 2 siege workshops, possibly for ballista. Making a ton of caravans, but he just doesn't have 75 villagers to the 88. Doesn't have the same army size. And he hasn't walled off enough to really force the engagements that he needs as the Greek army. Like, you sort of need your opponent to just sit there and take all of the Tox Ball shots. Here he's got a nice surround here. Let's check his map vision. He knows whenever Greeky decides to push out. And he is going to push out right now, trying to take out this small group of throwing axeman champion. But he can't sit underneath this fortress fire for too long. Tox don't really have... they're not the healthiest unit in the game, and especially when you clump them up like this. The fortress does area of effect damage, so not the best engagements to be taken. Yeah, Greeky taps out of this one. Man. Throwing axemen are very good. Maybe a little too good. Yes, I agree. But this was a lot of fun, guys. Let's check the post-game stats here. And then, just so you know, Happy Smurf is going to be doing his dev stream. It's a Blender stream. Doing some 3D logos and other good design work. You don't often see this, where the person with the least amount of villagers is actually winning, but Erie somehow is able to keep on this sustained pressure that you don't often see. By looking at this chart, I would have assumed that Greeky won, but yeah, Erie's just doing really, really good things with his rating nowadays. See the text. Even on text, Greeky got up the second town center. I think, yeah, 4 minutes and 49 seconds, and Erie got it much, much later. See, gathered funnel. Greeky out-gathered Erie. Man. You know, usually a lot of these games end up just going to, you know, whoever has the best macro wins. And Greeky, if you've watched him on stream, and make sure you guys follow him on stream, but if you've got a chance to watch his POV, like, he's extremely good from a macro perspective. But Greeks are just, they're not able to take the fights that Erie is able to take. So what was the favorite match from today? I'm going to have to go with the Break Penguin versus Carnage game, the first game that we played, where Carnage tried to go for full Berserker. That breaks my number one rule of, like, a single type of unit, but somehow throwing axemen are just that good. Yeah. Oh man, what a great games! What great games! Here's an incredibly aggro player, and I think, like, he's proven time and time again that that's actually a viable strategy. A very viable strategy. Break. You had two hard drive. You had like two of them. Come on. Does that even count? That's a 1-unit army. It was exciting to see, like, not just Celts being played. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we can do. Da, da, da. Sure. Look at all these rewards from the recent ladder reset. Feels good, man. Remember, if you guys want to play in a future community challenge, there's a sign up channel on the Discord, the PvP Discord in particular. Let me. On the PvP Discord, there is a sign up channel, and all you have to do is just put down the time you're available whenever there's a next community challenge, and we'll get you guys on the docket. No matter how experienced you are or how not experienced you are, this is an open forum for that kind of stuff. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna head out. Watch out for some
for a stream for Happy Smurf. He's going to be coming on very shortly to do some Blender stuff and 3D rendering and logos and stuff like that. So watch out for that, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.